Have you ever felt like you're playing a financial game that's rigged in someone else's favor? You work tirelessly, follow every rule, save every penny, hoping one day to reach financial freedom. Yet, you remain trapped in a relentless loop of paychecks, bills, and debt. This isn't your fault, it's because you've been deceived. The money game isn't fair, it's not transparent, and it was never designed for you, unless you're ready to tear down every lie society has sold you. If you're ready to destroy the illusion and face the brutal truth, keep reading. Because the truth is, money has never been the problem. Your mindset and the system are your real prison. The money game, a system built to deceive those. The money game wasn't built for you to win. It was designed to exhaust you, manipulate you, and make you believe your failure is due to laziness. The system praises effort but rewards knowledge. The more obedient you are, the more controlled you become. This isn't coincidence. It's a calculated mechanism to make you feel guilty for not being rich, while the rule makers sit atop the wealth you help generate. You're not playing a fair game. You're trapped in one you never agreed to, but were forced into since the day you earned your first dollar. You were told that hard work is the key to success. But if that were true, wouldn't the hardest workers be the richest? The truth is, hard work isn't part of the real wealth formula. The system rewards asset control, not time traded for money. When you hustle endlessly, you're enabling someone else's freedom while slowly forfeiting your own. The very sweat you shed becomes the lubricant of a machine that was never built to benefit you. Until you realize this, you'll keep running in place, applauded but impoverished. You can't win a game you don't understand. And the catch is, the real rules are never taught in school or jobs. The rich learn them from legacy, elite circles, or painful experience. The rest are trained to take tests and follow orders. If you want out of this invisible cage, you must awaken, question everything, and be brave enough to say, I refuse to play by the rules of the powerful. That's not rebellion. It's the first step to real freedom. The illusion of hard work. Glorified obedience in disguise. Society glorifies hard work as heroic. But in this system, hard work is a brilliant strategy to keep you broke. You're praised for your grit, but silently exploited for your ignorance. This is where the mass hypnosis begins. Effort is worshipped as virtue, while strategic laziness is demonized. You're conditioned to believe exhaustion equals value, but that's a lie. No amount of sweat replaces ownership. Hard work becomes the emotional leash that binds millions to mediocrity, celebrated for sacrifice but stripped of freedom. The more they praise your hustle, the further you drift from real wealth. It's a beautiful deception. You grind 12 hours a day and call it responsibility. Meanwhile, the person who owns the system you're operating is vacationing by the sea, profiting from your energy. They're not working harder than you. They're simply smarter in systems, leverage, and ownership. Once you see this, working hard no longer feels noble. It feels like entrapment. You're not being honored, you're being harvested. What you call duty, they call dividends. And if that doesn't make you question everything, then you're not just working hard, you're surrendering blindly. Instead of asking, what am I doing wrong? Ask, who is benefiting from my belief in hard work? Because unstrategic effort is financial loyalty to the wrong god. To escape, you must stop being the worker and become the architect. No one is born to be a tool forever. And if you're not willing to learn how to own, you must accept that your purpose in this system is to be a stepping stone. Your labor is not your liberation, it's your leash until you learn to cut it. That's when hard work becomes optional. And ownership becomes destiny. Redefining rich. Income is not freedom. You may earn a high income. You might drive luxury cars, wear designer labels, and dine in style. But if you can't go a month without working and still cover your life, you're not rich. You're trapped in golden handcuffs. Wealth isn't a bank balance. It's the power to choose, the power to say no, the freedom to walk away. If your lifestyle depends on constant effort to sustain it, then your wealth is cosmetic. Real wealth is silent. It doesn't flash, it frees. And the loudest spenders are often the most secretly scared of losing it all. Many live under the illusion of wealth because their salary is high, but their expenses are higher. They are premium poor, surviving lavishly but sinking steadily. They don't invest, they don't build assets. They rely on one fragile stream of income, themselves, and that's why one illness, one layoff, or one market crash could destroy everything. They're not rich. They're just temporarily afloat, drowning behind the curtain of convenience. Because when comfort consumes capital, collapse is just a matter of time. Income without strategy is a luxury on loan. True wealth is peace of mind. It's knowing you control your time and no paycheck dictates your next move. If you haven't felt that calm certainty, then you haven't truly succeeded. Rich people don't need applause. They let compounding speak for them. Meanwhile, the broke shout for validation. Wealth doesn't seek attention. It commands security. Until you can afford to stop working without losing your life, you're not rich. You're just expensive. Stop trying to look wealthy. Start learning to be free. Because financial freedom isn't a lifestyle. It's an invisible shield, and it protects the few who own, not earn. The education system, engineered to kill wealth. Have you ever wondered why you spent over a decade in school but never learned how to manage money? Why you mastered geometry but can't explain compound interest? That's not an oversight. It's by design. The traditional education system wasn't built to create financially free individuals. It was built to produce obedient workers. You were trained to follow schedules, obey instructions, and seek approval, not to question systems, build assets, or pursue ownership. You became a perfectly polished gear in a machine that extracts your time while rewarding only those who designed it. That's not education, it's economic programming. Institutional schooling teaches you how to submit, not how to think independently. It praises conformity, punishes creativity, and rewards compliance with grades. You were taught to chase job security rather than financial sovereignty. Because a financially educated population doesn't fuel the system, it threatens it. Schools don't want wealth creators. They want loyal contributors. Think in grades, and you'll live by wages. Think in assets, and you'll live by freedom. Until you break free from the lessons they wanted you to learn, you'll never discover the ones they tried to hide. Don't blame the teachers. They're victims too. The problem isn't in the classroom. It's in the blueprint. And unless you unlearn and relearn the rules of real wealth, you're handing your future to a framework designed without your prosperity in mind. Learn how to make, keep, and grow money, because no one will do it for you. Financial literacy isn't optional. It's survival. And if you don't self-educate, you self-sabotage. Wealth begins where traditional schooling ends. The real curriculum is hidden, and it's your job to uncover it before it's too late. The tax trap. Punishing the honest, rewarding the informed will live. Taxes aren't a fair tool for societal balance. They're a precision weapon designed to reward those who understand the system and penalize those who blindly trust it. Employees get taxed before they even see their money. Investors and business owners, they pay after they've leveraged that money for growth. That's not a loophole. It's law, and it's working exactly as intended. If you think paying more taxes makes you noble, while others pay less through strategy, you're not ethical, you're uninformed. In the tax game, ignorance isn't just expensive, it's exploited. Every dollar you don't protect is a dollar they plan to take. The largest contributors to the tax system are the financially naive. The wealthy don't evade taxes, they legally optimize them. They hire experts, shift money strategically, and use every incentive in the code. They're not cheating, they're studying. They pay taxes on net income after every deduction imaginable. You're taxed on gross before life even begins. There's no justice in that. Just structure. The system doesn't reward effort, it rewards knowledge. And the tax code is a roadmap, only if you bother to read it. You can't cry unfair while refusing to learn the rules. The tax system is a tool. In the right hands, it's fuel. In the wrong hands, it's a trap. The truth is brutal. The system doesn't care how hard you work. It only cares how well you play. If you work without ownership, you'll always carry the heaviest burden. If you invest and structure wisely, you'll benefit legally. Financial freedom starts with escaping tax naivete. Learn the code or pay the price. Either way, the government wins, unless you start winning with it. The debt trap. Freedom disguised as financial chains. The moment you turn 18, the system floods you with opportunities, credit cards, student loans, car financing. It calls this freedom. But it's a carefully engineered trap designed to lock you into a cycle of labor and repayment. You think you're building your life, but really, You're selling your future for a taste of the present. Debt is packaged as empowerment when it's actually enslavement. Real freedom isn't being able to swipe a card. Real freedom is not answering the phone in fear of who's calling. The world doesn't teach this because your slavery is someone else's cash flow. Debt isn't inherently bad. Used correctly, it builds wealth. But most use it to finance status symbols, not systems. They borrow to buy cars, vacations, and lifestyle lies, none of which generate a cent. Meanwhile, the wealthy use debt to acquire assets that pay them monthly. One group digs holes with interest, the other builds ladders with leverage. If you're borrowing to look successful, you're spending your future to fake the present. That isn't ambition, it's financial self-sabotage with a shiny smile. Freedom doesn't come from avoiding debt, it comes from mastering it. If you can't tell good debt from bad, you'll always be someone's asset. Pay off consumer debt fast. Then funnel that cash into investments that pay you back. Use credit as leverage, not a leash. But first, change your belief system. Borrowing to feel rich today is a formula for being broke forever. The system wants you to think debt is normal. It isn't. It's a weapon. In the wrong hands, it bleeds you dry. In the right hands, it builds empires. Choose your side, before interest chooses for you. The saving myth. Morality won't make you wealthy. You were told that saving money is wise, responsible, even noble. But no one told you that your savings are silently bleeding value every single day. Inflation eats away at your bank balance like termites in a wooden house. You're holding on to dead money while the wealthy put their capital to work. You cannot save your way to wealth in a system built to devalue currency. It's not caution, it's decay disguised as discipline. What you call being safe is actually a slow financial death. Saving alone is not strategy, it's stagnation. And the price is your freedom. The wealthy don't let money sit. They deploy it into assets, real estate, businesses, equities, intellectual property. They don't save, they invest. Because they understand one rule you were never taught. Money must move to multiply. While you protect your savings from risk, they use risk to generate returns. You fear losing. They fear standing still. And that's why your caution becomes their opportunity. The system rewards movement, not storage. And when you hoard cash, you're playing a game the rich already rigged in their favor. The problem isn't money, it's mindset. You were programmed to worship savings because it keeps you compliant. Investments create independence. The system wants you frugal, not free. It praises your thriftiness while it inflates away your purchasing power. If you don't shift from saving to multiplying, you'll remain financially moral, but powerless. Stop collecting digits in your account. Start building cash flow. Because true safety isn't in what you save, it's in what pays you without effort. Money in motion builds wealth. Money in hibernation builds regret. It's time to retire the piggy bank and awaken the investor within. Money in emotions, the invisible enemy of wealth. Money isn't just math, it's emotion. It's fear of scarcity, hunger for validation, pride, guilt, shame. People don't make financial decisions with calculators. They make them with wounds. They spend to feel worthy, they borrow to feel powerful, and then they wonder why their finances are in chaos. The truth? Until you heal the emotional triggers behind your money behavior, no budget or investment plan will save you. Financial freedom isn't just about cash flow. It's about emotional clarity. And most people are broke not because they lack money, but because they're rich in emotional baggage they never unpacked. The rich aren't immune to emotion, but they don't let it lead their decisions. They don't buy because they're bored, or invest because they're scared of missing out. They buy low when others panic, and sell high when others get greedy. They've trained themselves to stay calm where others crumble. Meanwhile, the average person invests out of hype, sells out of fear, and shops out of stress. This isn't a lack of discipline, it's emotional hijacking. And unless you build psychological strength, your financial strategy is already broken. To change your finances, study your feelings. Why did you buy that? Who were you trying to impress? What pain were you avoiding? Strip emotion from money and you strip the system of its control. True wealth is not just what you own, but how little your emotions own you. The investor who masters logic beats the spender who's emotionally triggered, every time. Financial wisdom begins with emotional intelligence. Until you confront your money story, you'll repeat it. Different numbers, same patterns. The answer isn't more money, it's a stronger mind. And that changes everything. Time is the real asset, not money. You've heard it 1,000 times. Time is money, but most people treat time like it's endless and money like it's scarce. Here's the truth, you can lose all your money and earn it back, but once time is gone, it's dead forever. Poor people trade time for money. Rich people trade money to buy time. Because they know real wealth isn't about numbers, it's about control. The ability to choose how you spend your day is the ultimate currency. If someone else controls your schedule, then no matter your income, you're still broke in the only currency that matters. The wealthy outsource. They hire assistants, managers, cleaners, not because they're lazy, but because they're leveraged. Every hour they free up becomes a chance to build, strategize, scale. Meanwhile, most people spend hours saving pennies, mowing lawns, doing chores, sitting in queues. They believe they're being smart, but in truth, they're mortgaging their empire to protect a few dollars. The rich understand that every task you keep is a trade-off. You either protect your ego or you build your future. You can't do both. Success isn't doing everything, it's doing what matters most and outsourcing the rest. If you want to multiply wealth, multiply how you use time. Ask yourself daily, is this moving me toward financial freedom? If not, delegate or delete it. Time isn't just a resource, it's your lifeline. You'll never be truly rich until you master time management like the wealthy do. Your calendar is your financial report card. The less autonomy you have over it, the poorer you are, regardless of income. Start tracking time like you track money, because every wasted hour is a compounding cost you can never earn back. Ownership is the truth. Stop earning money, start owning it. You can earn 6 figures and still be financially powerless. Why? Because if you don't own anything, you don't control anything. Labor has limits, income has ceilings, time has boundaries, but ownership of businesses, real estate, intellectual property breaks those limits. The wealthy don't chase income. They build machines that generate money with or without them. That's not luck. That's a deliberate strategy. Ownership multiplies effort exponentially. If you're still trading hours for dollars, you're on the slowest and riskiest path to wealth. You don't need more paychecks. You need more assets. Until then, you're not building wealth, you're just fueling someone else's. Most people fear ownership. They fear risk, loss, and stepping outside their comfort zone. They've been taught that job security is safety. But that's a lie. Dependence is danger. If you own nothing, you rely on everything. Your boss, the market, the economy. That's not financial security, that's financial captivity. True power comes from owning what pays you. A salary can disappear. A system you own continues. You're not paid for your time. You're paid for the value you control. No ownership means no leverage. No leverage means no wealth. It's that simple. Financial freedom is not about doing more. It's about owning more. Ask yourself, what produces money for me when I'm not working? If your answer is nothing, then you're not progressing. You're surviving. Every day without an asset is a day you're falling behind. The game of money rewards those who own the board, not those who move the pieces. Stop earning for others. Start building for yourself. Wealth is not in the paycheck, it's in the portfolio. Ownership is the language of the free, and it's time you became fluent. The system doesn't want you awake, it wants you obedient. But if you've made it this far, you've already broken the spell. You now know the game is rigged, and more importantly, you know why. This is your turning point. You can no longer claim ignorance. From this moment, every financial decision is a choice between two worlds: servitude or sovereignty. Keep playing by their rules and you'll serve forever. Learn to master the rules and you'll write your own. Wealth isn't about luck, it's about vision, discipline, and courage. You don't need permission to be rich, you need clarity, you need strategy. And above all, you need the audacity to step off the hamster wheel and build something no one can take away. Ownership.